Well, aspiring golf professionals right around the world have their sights set on the PGA Tour, but that's not where the journey begins. For most, it starts with the Pro-Am.
The PGA of Australia, the Pro-Am circuit itself, worth over $2 million in prize money for a lot of guys that you may not see out there playing Australian Opens on the US Tour or the European Tour. So events like this here at Castle Hill, they play for a pretty good prize purse here of $35,000 over the course of 2 days. So really is the backbone behind professional golf in Australia for a lot of guys. It gives them a chance to get out and play some good competitive tournament golf and keeps their games fresh as well. And should the time come that these guys and girls need to get out there and play in one of those major events, they've had that experience through the year, which is great. Andrew Evans is a story that's just over the last 6 months, he finished runner-up at the Aussie Masters, and he's one of those young guys that has just been grinding away day in, day out. And Nick Cullen, a good friend of mine, he has had some great success, and they had to really understand what their game was about, where their strengths lied and where their weaknesses were, and I think they really understand that at the Pro-Am level.
I get used to winning out here, and when I get to a big event, I've got that feeling of winning a Pro-Am at a small level, and guys like us, we're trying to make a living at the game and chase the dream, and these definitely help, yeah, definitely.
I've been playing the Pro-Am circuit for probably 3-4 years. I guess for you, once you finish your traineeship, the only real place to go is to the Pro-Ams. You don't really have any other options. But without status, you can basically play as a PGA member these Pro-Ams all around Australia. So yeah, without these, I mean, you're not playing competitive golf. When we come out here, we're playing with guys that have been playing the Pro-Am circuit for 30 odd years. Some guys that have played at quite a high standard, and now they may have lost status somewhere and they've got to come back to the Pro-Am circuit and sharpen up their game here, I guess. And yeah, you learn a lot from a lot of people, and even the young guns, this is where you'll find them as well. So it's good to play with them and see how the young guys are doing it.
There's some amazing talent, as I said, some really good young guys and girls coming through the ranks, and Josh Caban, a good young guy from Sydney who just shot 67 here this morning at Castle Hill. Fingers crossed, if we can see a few guys like that come through in the next couple of years, it really makes these events worthwhile as well, because the clubs can then look back and John Smith, from the major sponsor of this event, might be able to look back and say that he played with Josh Caban, and then a few years down the road he's winning an Australian Open or competing in a US Masters. So the Pro-Am concept here in Australia has been quite successful, and not only the Choice Hotels Pro-Am circuit, but the Easy Go Legends Tour as well for the over 50s. But I mean, the benefits of clubs is fantastic. It gives their corporate guests and their members and visitors a chance to play alongside some professional golfers that do this for a living and learn some tips and get to really, I guess, engage in that culture of professional golf as well, and hopefully share some stories about some of their good and not so good memories in their past playing days. But look, the benefits are huge, and ultimately it's the golf club's event to run, and we just want to make sure that the professionals understand that, which they do a great job of.